Now let's head to the commodity space, and today we are discussing rubber, which is a primary product formerly leading non-oil exports for Nigeria. But we know that that has since been overtaken. It's now widely used in the production of tires, roofing membranes, industrial belts, to mention but a few. According to Economic Intelligence Unit in its recent report, the global price of natural rubber has declined by 8.64% year on year. To date, is now about $1,850 for a ton, and is likely to decline even further. Why do we have this decline? Even though it should be good news, let's find out more and the impact of what to expect with Ajibola Ayodeji, is an analyst with financial derivatives company. Ajibola, it's always good to hear that the price of a commodity is declining, but I know there are many stories surrounding it which may not necessarily make it good news.
Okay, good afternoon, Hini. Thanks for having me. So that's true. We've been seeing a decline in the price of rubber, and this is expected to even continue to the end of 2025 through 2026, but an upward reversal in 2027, according to EIU. And I will just mention two factors that has contributed to this decline that we are seeing in the price of rubber, and one is the decreased demand. We know that China is the largest consumer of rubber, because of the slowdown in their economic growth, especially in the manufacturing and their automotive sector. We are seeing a decline in demand for rubber, which has affected the price. That's one. And secondly, is that it was announced that two major companies, or many major companies, some major companies in Germany and Poland are closing down. These companies are involved in the production of Tyre, so they are closing down their plants. This also affected the demand, which has brought down the decline in the price of rubber. So for Nigeria, we are going to be seeing a decline in the revenue for the government, and a tighter margin for rubber farmer, and most especially is that this may lead to a worsening scenario for the already underutilized existing plantation for Nigerian farmers, or for Nigeria as a whole. So, however, this should serve as a wake-up call for Nigeria to scale up the value chain, that is, rather than just exporting the raw materials, government can invest in local processing facility or local processing capacity, which will bring about production of both semi-finished good and finished good, which will help in as a succor against the price volatility that we are seeing, and it will help in improving the export earning for Nigeria.
And I'm glad that you mentioned the issue of the value chain. I wonder if there are conversations about adding value, because as you rightly noted, this reduction in price will most likely lead to a reduction in revenue for the farmers, for the government. But one way to cover up for that will be adding value. I wonder if there are conversations along that line.
Yes, there's what we call forward integration. And what does this mean? It means shifting focus from raw materials into processing, manufacturing, and even distribution of goods. And if this thing is put in place, if forward integration is put in place, it will not only help in serving as a buffer against the price volatility that we are experiencing, it will also help local investors or local farmers. It will help them in tapping into the vast Nigeria consumer market, and this could also help in selling goods or providing this intermediate goods to regional countries, leveraging the African continental free trade. That's one. Another one is this could also serve as a potential for import substitution, especially for the construction and the automotive sector in Nigeria, which will help Nigeria in even reducing the pressure on forest reserve.
Talking about tires, we know that some producers have exited Nigeria. Do we have any hope? Maybe are those multinationals coming back? Are we having local manufacturers of tire?
Yes, there is hope if we put some things in place. And one of the things that I will advise us to do is to um, copy or to cite example from what Cote d'Ivoire did. One of the things they did was that they support farmers, because rubber itself is a labor intensive something, is a labor intensive outlet, is very labor intensive. So there is need for us to support farmer and to encourage them by protecting or putting policies in place that will protect them. That is one, and that will help in ease of doing business in Nigeria. Another one is that looking at Cote d'Ivoire, also the 75% of what they produce is processed locally before they export it, which increase their revenue. So we can also look into that by investing in local production of this rubber into both semi-finished good or finished good. That's another thing. And lastly, I would like to say that Nigeria can also invest in power, which is one of the things that is affecting Nigeria up to date. We can invest in power and road transport to help. I believe if we put this in place with other things, I believe we should be able to attract investment in this sector.
Talking about power, everybody needs power, not just those in the rubber manufacturers, even residential. We all need power. And of course, we look forward to a day when we won't have such conversations. But thank you so much, Ajibola Ayodeji, analyst with Financial Derivatives Company.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great.